In what world would someone who looks like Tyler Lepley be single? Please stay tuned and join me as we review Ruth and Boaz. Another episode of Clear Hair. Thank you guys for joining me today for Movie Monday. It is currently the #1 movie in America, according to Netflix. So Ruth and Boaz, we're going to be reviewing that today. Before I get into that, please give yourselves a round of applause for failing me yet again. My channel, my Clips channel, has 91 subscribers. I feel like I can find 9 of you in the comments who can go and please subscribe to my Clips channel. We're at 91. We're trying to get to 100 before October. Please help me out. Let's get right into the review. So this story is basically about, if you guys remember Soraya from Empire and then Tyler Lepley from The Pank, but I mostly know him from Harlem. So these are titular characters of Ruth and Boaz. So the topic is basically that Ruth is a singer in a band, a more secular band, because this is a Christian movie in theory. We'll talk about that later. But basically she's in a band and she's in a duo, almost like a City Girls. Well, basically they're about to get a contract deal with So Dev by the Jermaine Dupri in The Place to Be. Sorry, I'm a 90s baby. I couldn't help it. But anyway, so he's coming with a 8-figure, that means 10 million. I don't know about y'all, but whenever someone says 8-figure, I always think a millionaire. That's 10 million. I don't know why I always think, anyways, focus. So basically he tried to sign a deal, but she's like, this music feels empty. I don't feel right about it. So she tries to leave, but Cyrus, basically working class, who he look like? I can't think of his name right now. But so basically he's basically her producer / pimp, because he's like, where do you think you're going? Because she's like, I don't want to do this anymore. So basically he takes out her boyfriend and the father, and then the mom, and the one who's married to that is basically Naomi. So Naomi finds out that her husband actually has not been paying the bill. The house about to get foreclosed, but the one house in Tennessee is the only, where it's her old stomping grounds, where her humble beginnings were. Like, that was the only place that the IRS can't see. So she goes back there, and so Ruth learns after Cyrus comes to the funeral and says the mom is next, which I think he's cartoonishly villainous. So, because I'm just like, you come into a funeral to say that, but I guess money is money, because he said he tells her that, hey, I'm about $250,000 in debt investing in you, and now you want to leave, which I'm just like, contract's a contract. Anyway, so she follows her to Tennessee, and she follows her to Tennessee to Naomi's dismay, because she's like, I don't know this girl. So basically, what ends up happening is that she finds this job as a grape harvester, which I have to look up how much they make annually, because I feel like they don't make a lot. A grape harvester, basically, like, they cut in grapes in the field in the hot sun. And so of course, like, her hard dedication on the first day gets Tyler Lepley's character Boaz's attention, and so they start falling in love, which isn't he your boss? Okay, we'll talk about the ethics later. Anyways, but he's her boss because his father Azra own the vineyard, so they're trying to sell. Turns out that he has a MBA, and like he's trying to keep the family business, so they end up falling in love. But then she gets scared that if Cyrus is going to come out and try to take her happily after, which he does, like a bad guy should. So he comes and he burns the vineyard down, and she's like, hey, I gotta go fix this. So they go to the house, and he's just like, so Cyrus goes to the house because he goes to the source. He found it from a video that they posted on YouTube, which is why you gotta mind your business and stop posting people that don't ask you to. So anyway, so after all that, they confront him, and the police come. So Cyrus gets put away, but I'm just like, that didn't really solve the problem. But anyways, I digress. They end up falling in love, and so they end up getting married, and then it ends with love is patient, love is kind, love is understanding. Basically, I want to say it's from Corinthians. Please get me right. I've been rereading the Bible. We just got through Leviticus. Leviticus was hard. I'm in Numbers now. Actually, no, I'm in Deuteronomy now. I'm making my way through, but overall, that's pretty much the story. That's pretty much the story. Of course, there's Lecrae in there, by the way. Lecrae's man. I was like, excuse me, if y'all was truly on fire in 2006, y'all know who Lecrae is. Lecrae's in there, Babyface is in there as well. So first things first, I give this movie a 3 out of 5. Now stay with me now, okay? First things first. For those who are not familiar with the Ruth and Boaz story, basically, like parallel to the story, Boaz was a vineyard holder, and then like Ruth's husband passed away, and then Naomi's husband passed away. That's how her mother-in-law, that's how they had that connection. That's why, like, kind of like how they did the story. I'm gonna go with the negative first off. And then we'll head into the positive, right? So the negative part is I feel like the story did not line up with the original story from the Bible, from the book of Ruth. Like, I didn't feel like it was, if I never read that story, I wouldn't use that as a reference. It would have been a no. Number two, I felt like, to me, if we're gonna do a Christian movie, like I've watched some Christian movies that like, they're really good. I just watched The Shift. That was a recent one. If we're gonna do a Christian movie, let's stick to that. Like, I felt like there was certain pieces of it that I just felt like didn't give Christian vibes. Like when there was a part where they were mushing the grapes with their feet, and they started kissing. It looked like it was gonna lead to like third base, and I'm just like, if we're trying to teach people Christian values, like fornication's not one of them, fam. Like, you know, like if we're gonna do a Christian movie, we gotta stick to our guns, you know. So that message was a little confusing to me. Also, time wise, like I felt like there was a lot of like, what are the chances? Like, I'll have my math at the end of the video, but what are the chances that someone like Tyler Levy, who already wouldn't have like a wife already, like, if this is true a southern town, and they're like, oh, he's married to the vineyard. That was like, because she asked him why he wasn't married. She asked him the questions we want to know. And he was like, I'm married to the vineyard. Sir, you're married to the vineyard. Not one person you came to your locking. Like, not one person. Also, I did not feel that Tyler, like, I feel like Tyler Lepley, I feel like he has the potential to truly be a great actor. Like, he's taking on more roles, which we love to see it. I've been watching him since Harlem, but Harlem had more emotion than this movie. This movie felt like, something about this movie just felt like he was just like, cue Tyler, start crying. You know, like it didn't feel authentic. I felt like Soraya and Tyler, I don't know if they don't really know each other like that, they're not cool, but it didn't give like chemistry to me. I felt very much like they were reading lines opposite of each other. Like, and I don't know, I've seen better acting from both of them. I've been watching them since 2009. Okay, like I've been watching them, and I'm just like, I've seen better acting from both of you. Like, I was very disappointed in the acting department. One more negative, I felt like the timeline, like the way they kind of like made this dude the antagonist with taking him out and all that, like, and then on top of that, like, it just, something about the timeline, especially the fact that the movie is an hour and a half, like this could have been like an hour short, like a short almost. Like it was, they were stretching the timeline, and they did not use proper, I think I wrote down improper use of time. Like I feel like there wasn't enough to build the yearning for the yearning part. The pro, Felicia Rashad, Miss Claire Huxtable, thank you for that. As we trudge on in life, we are starting to lose a lot of our greats, so it's nice to see her in another role. I felt like Soraya, I want to say I'm saying her name right. Soraya, she sings as beautiful as she is. I don't know how to describe it. Like, I love her singing voice. It's so certain. It's so like, she has like such a sure singing voice. It feels like, it doesn't feel like, oh, say, like it feels so, oh, say, like it feels so full. Like I don't know who her vocal coach is, the Lord, but her voice is so beautiful. It was nice to see Babyface, but also unrealistic. I think I put that as a negative too. Like, you don't just meet Babyface, Mr. Whip Appeal. You just don't meet him. Like, this man is wanted all over the world for his producing skills. Like, that was the most unrealistic part too. Cause I was like, so you just walk, he just happens to know, because apparently Boaz knows him, his father, so he was able to just meet Babyface. You don't just meet Babyface. Let me tell you something. Okay, let me tell you something. But overall, then that pro, it was a nice promo, I guess, for the Bible in a way, because now people are like, okay, let me go read the original story to see if it matched up. So I thought that was pretty cool to bring that attention there. But overall, I still stand by giving it a 3 out of 5. So my overall mindset with the film was the lessons behind it. Acting aside, I'm here for looking at the lessons. So the lessons behind it, I have written down here. Naomi felt like God abandoned her. So when she comes into her old Tennessee house, she immediately, there was a wooden cross on the wall, and she immediately took it down because she's like, how could he have this happen? And da da da. And my thing is when it comes to tragedies like that, I've had I was not filming for a little bit because I had maybe one day we'll talk about it, but I had a very experience this year between April and right before my birthday, and I can say that I feel like my faith got stronger. I feel like my faith doubled, because I was like, dang, if you can get me through something like that and I can still sit here and smile and make videos for y'all, how do you say he's not real? So that part was pretty cool, that someone who was a devout Christian like her, she took that. As soon as she came in the door, she's like, I'm dead with you. And she's like, I'm dead with you. And she took the cross off the wall. I was like, okay, that was a bit dramatic, but it really showed the themes of sometimes we really do not understand, because they be saying the common phrase that, the Lord works in mysterious ways. Sometimes we don't know why. There was a question that I asked our Heavenly Father about earlier this year, and he finally gave me the answer. I was like, nah, you took your time. But the answer makes so much sense. I'm at peace with it, So there was a question I asked him, and sometimes we don't know why things happen. And I don't like when people do toxic positivity. Oh, I had to use my whole bachelor's degree to say that. I don't like when people like to be toxic and be like, you need to think better. I was like, sometimes it's okay to be mad at God. There was parts in the Bible that Moses was like, we can fight anytime because you sent me here to do all this, so it was really cool to see that. And so this right here I have on here is just that Ruth felt like she had to pretty much make penance, because in a way, when she said, this is all my fault, I was like, baby girl, it is your fault, because of what you did. It took out your man. Subsequently, her daughter, her son, and then took out the husband too. And then Miss Naomi was gonna get taken out as well. So it was kind of in a way, it was your fault. She thought running to Tennessee with her and would make it go away. And one thing I've learned about God as well is just that he is not a fan of you being a punk. All right, anything I've put off facing, he's like, yeah, so tomorrow we're gonna make you face it. Low-key, God is kind of Maury, remember that person you said you hated? We have them in the back. He will make you confront every single thing. Because I remember earlier this year, I was just like, well, you gonna make me confront that? I've been running away from confronting that for almost 15 years. Why are you making me confront it today? He's not a fan of you being a punk. All right. So it was really cool that at the end, she still had to confront what took place. So I thought that was pretty cool. Now there is some controversy. I'm gonna talk about that for the next couple of minutes. I'm gonna end this video. There is some controversy with the film, because they were saying how the promotion, this supposed to be a Christian film, and for the promotion, I guess Soraya was wearing, I really hope I'm saying this girl's name right, because that name is so beautiful. And I hope I'm saying it right, but Soraya, she was wearing a couple of revealing outfits to promote the movie. And of course, the Christian brigade was just you need to cover up. That's not conservative at all. And I'm just let's get to the message. Because my message that I learned from this movie is the fact that you cannot outrun your problems. You need to ask God for strength to help you get through them, but you can't outrun them. That's what I learned from this movie. I wasn't impressed about how Tyler Lepley's acting was. That's just me critiquing because it's obvious. I was impressed about how she was dressed. It's the message. We need to get through to the message. Sometimes we get so mad about how the messenger looks that we lose the entire message. So anyways, but there was some controversy there, which I hope it dies down. I really hope people go watch the movie. But what I would have changed from this, I have on here Tyler Lepley and Devon Franklin produced it. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel it's really cool that Devon, people don't know this, even though he's a preacher, he's always been a producer, fun fact. And then Tyler Perry, he's the producer okay, of all the South. So it was really cool to see these two black men like set this role up. But I do want to see a new producer face. Okay, new producer face, new storylines. But don't forget to subscribe, share. It's Claire here. Please go watch Ruth and Boaz and help it continue to be the #1 movie in America according to Netflix. Finished watching the movie Ruth and Boaz, right? So the most unrealistic part about that movie is that someone who looks like Tyler Lepley would be single. Let's do some math, shall we? He's a man. That's already starting at 50%. Because men just existing, they get points, right? He's tall at 100. So even if this man is a piece of crap and is not smart, he's tall, he get 100%, all right? He has a car, 200%, 200 points for Gryffindor, okay? He has a car. Conventionally attractive at 1,000, okay? He has all his teeth at 3 million. So you're trying to tell me this man who has a 3.1 million% chance, there is no way he would be single. That was the most unrealistic part about it.